All right, folks, welcome to The Zone. Today we are discussing another victory for Manchester United, a last-minute winner. Assist from Edison Cavani, who was in my fantasy team. There's that belief. And a goal for Rashford. All right, for the past few match vlogs, we've been rambling on about, Ranić and Styles and long-term plans. For today's video, let's just chat about the actual match. So, we've got some notes. I've written some notes down during my watch along, and you can let me know how you were feeling about the game itself. Now, obviously, I'm very pleased, and that was really, really good performance. I think we controlled the game very well, or at least in comparison to how we have been doing under Ole and even early Ranić. I think that was our best controlled performance. But like the manager said, still a bit shaky in midfield, and the way we attacked wasn't great, so that's something to work on over the next few months. And that's the thing, it's a process. I know people hate that word, but I'm okay with the process if you can see it going somewhere. I don't think we're going to win any trophies anytime soon, so I'd rather we begin the process properly. The issue is, obviously, in 6 months' time, are we about to undo all of this work and hire somebody random and buy random players? Hopefully not. Hopefully we've learned our lesson. But to not dwell on that, and let's just talk about the match. I think Greenwood's very, very eager to shoot. I know this might seem obvious. He's very eager to win his role, but I think by trying to do that, he's actually losing his role. I think his spot in the team right now is the right winger, and to nail down that spot, he needs to keep his width, and he needs to pass, and he needs to cross, and he needs to get to the byline, or even running behind. At the moment, he's sort of picking the ball up deep and driving and cutting in and shooting, and it's not working for him. I'll be honest, I think he needs a little spell on the bench. Hopefully when Sancho's back, we can have Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, maybe even Martial on the left. We had one or two moments early on where we were controlling the game really, really well, but there was those one or two things that always creep in. There was a Bruno throw-in. I don't know what minute it was. I'll say that around the 12th minute. It was fairly early on, where he just wasn't. We knew he had a throw in. The ball was been thrown to him, and he just wasn't paying attention, dawdled, and got the ball pinched. There's a lot of that like lax attitude where they're not fully on it. Now, here's a stat for you. It's West Ham's most ever points, and it's Man U's least ever points at this stage. So, this was literally us playing the best ever West Ham team, air quotes, in the Premier League. I know we're not talking about trophies and all that, but technically, point scoring wise, best ever West Ham team, and we're at our worst. This was an important top four battle, and we won. Now, I'm not saying I want to be in a top four battle or I'm excited that we won. It is what it is. Standards have been lowered, I know, but it's important we won it. I thought Fred is playing really, really well, and he's up in his chance creation. Even did a really nice little left-footed ball in behind over the top. It was really nice. He's playing very well. You never know what you're going to get. Today we had the good McFred. I will say, though, here's what I've written. I said, when we have nice control and we're passing the ball and keeping it, because we had a spell where we put about 30, 40 passes together, our fullbacks were getting up because they're like, okay, we've got control of this. We're not about to instantly lose the ball. I can venture forward. Whereas if you're not sure if your teammates are about to control the ball, it's hard to venture forward and join the attack. I thought Dalot was useful because he could join the attacks more, and I think he was decent. I have noted again, I'm sorry, I keep bringing up the David De Gea agenda. I'm not going to blame him for anything. I'm just noting that every time the bloke kicks the ball, it's either too long, arrowed out wide, 50-50 ball that we lose. Sometimes I just wish he'd just play the ball hard, flat and low into sort of the fullbacks or the midfield and just keep the possession. Again, I've written down that I don't feel like Greenwood really feels like a winger. He feels like he's been out of position and forced there, but he's probably not good enough to displace Cavani or Ronaldo, so that is his position at the moment. I thought Ronaldo, I've written, he passed well, he doesn't waste the ball, but I did write, it is kind of sad how he is our number 9 now. He's not a winger, he's not a midfielder, he's not a false 9, he's our number 9. And if you're judging him on a number 9, you either want really big, fast physicality to get him behind, or you want someone to hold the ball up really well, or you want someone to be really harrying and pressing, and he doesn't do any of them. I'm sure if that bloke gets a chance with half a yard, he'll score, but those chances are really hard to get when you are limited, and it feels weird saying that about Ronaldo because he's still one of our best players and one of the best players in the world. So it feels crazy to say the word Ronaldo is limited because he's brilliant. But I'm just noting that today I did see that. I can see what people are getting at. I've put that both fullbacks are definitely better than Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. People will disagree with me. I don't think getting 14 assists in 8 years or whatever Shaw's got as a fullback is that impressive. He's not that great defensively. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I prefer our fullbacks, but I've also written both of our upgrades are still not great. Dalot is a lot better. I think Tellez is hit and miss. I think Tellez needs a run of games to get back into form. I feel like he's still a bit wary. But even so, we could upgrade our fullbacks and then have Tellez and Dalot fight for their place and be the backups rather than Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Don't know if that's the case, whether we'll get rid of them or not, but we'll see. I've put, we pressed a lot today. And even if we weren't pressing as a unit at times, just individually, people close down the gaps and it makes such a difference. And it sounds like, oh, you're just accepting of, average standards. You just want people to run around. Well, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do want someone to just close the gap, to make the pass harder, to make the cross harder. And West Ham wasted a lot of passes, a lot of balls. A lot of their attacks broke down because we were actually trying. Like, it was nice to see. It's nothing to applaud or go crazy over, but to note it is happening and it's good to see. And then I've also put, as the game grew on with frustrations building, Man United have this habit of just shooting for no reason, whether it's Dalot, Tellez, Greenwood. We're just shooting for no reason, and people that don't have a history of scoring from these kind of places are just shooting. And I'd like to see us create more for Ronaldo or Cavani. I then stopped my notes because I was watching the last 20 minutes of the game, and it kind of petered out to the same kind of flow. Trying to find a Tellez cross, trying to find a Dalot cross, not really finding too much. We brought on Martial, and I'd like to say that Rangnick made 2 good subs, really attacking subs. He waited, and he made sure Varane was okay. Then when Varane was okay, he brought on Martial and Rashford, and those 2 linked up really well. Surprisingly, Martial was actually decent, although he looked again like he didn't want to be there, and I don't think he should be on the pitch, which is a whole other story. I think when someone comes out and says that, and then the manager basically says, yeah, he wants to leave, the fact that probably the Glazers have said, come on, sort this problem out and play him, kind of undermines the manager. I don't imagine someone doing that to Fergie and then him being on the pitch, but when he came on, he missed that chance. He was a bit sluggish, which you can understand, but he actually linked the ball really well. And if we're being honest, and people are going to hate this, look, I like Elanga. I think Elanga played really well, and he definitely deserved his spot over the past couple of games. But Elanga is more hopeful. Greenwood is more hopeful that they'll become good. They're more of a Glazers cost-saving exercise. That's the truth. There are better players available on the left wing and right wing for Manchester United in comparison to Elanga and Greenwood, and we're not playing them or we're not buying them. And there's a lack of ambition because we're in a top 4 race. Top 4 is very achievable. We have the funds. I think it's 21 days into the transfer window. Haven't bought anyone. And it's kind of like, well, Elanga's popped up and he's okay. And Greenwood can do a job and Sancho can do a job whilst he's out. So maybe we can get top 4 without spending. And that's just like, he's just a Glazers cost-saving exercise. It sucks because I enjoy seeing an academy player on the pitch, but it is also a reminder of, realistically, if we're competing for titles in Champions League, Elanga wouldn't be starting games, would he? Especially in a crucial match against West Ham. He wouldn't be, would he? You just got to be honest with yourself. It doesn't mean he's crap or he's going to be crap or anything, but title winning side, you're not just going to randomly put someone in there, and it's a shame we have to do it, but the kid's done well. And obviously we get the winner, and it sucks that we got the winner in a way because it reminded me of how crap VAR is. Now, I'm obviously buzzing we got the winner, but I literally had to sit there for like 5 minutes before I could celebrate, and then the moment had gone. And I hate that about VAR. But he was onside. Cavani passed it across. I don't know if any of the other people on the pitch, Ronaldo, Rashford would have had the calmness to slot that ball across. They might have shot for the glory, but Cavani made that assist, and great run, great pass, and everything about it. Rashford got the goal, diving in the end. Fans going mental. It was great. It was great to see. I think I can't moan at that match. I can't moan at a game where we probably controlled the game the best we've done, and we had a last minute winner, which always shows the squad's, fighting for the manager and the club. If you can't enjoy that, you can't really enjoy football, can you? So yeah, there we go. If you enjoyed that, leave a like, leave a comment. Follow the Twitter page if you want. Let me know your thoughts.